In Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, the character Miss Maudie Atkinson stands out as a voice of reason, compassion, and moral clarity in a town clouded by prejudice and hypocrisy. Though she is a secondary character, Miss Maudie plays a crucial role in shaping the values of the novel's young protagonists, and in reinforcing its central themes of justice, empathy, and human dignity. Through her actions, words, and symbolic presence, she represents the possibility of goodness and progress in an otherwise rigid and often unjust society. Role in the narrative. Miss Maudie is a trusted neighbor and friend to the Finch family. Unlike many of the adults in Maycomb, she treats Scout and Jem with respect, speaking to them as if they are capable of understanding adult concepts. Her house sits across the street from the Finches, and she often invites Scout into her garden, creating a safe and nurturing environment where Scout feels heard and understood. This setting provides a stark contrast to the formal, often oppressive spaces that define other adult interactions in Scout's world. Miss Maudie serves as a moral mentor and ally to Atticus Finch. While Atticus is the public face of justice in the courtroom, Miss Maudie reinforces those same values in private and domestic spaces. She affirms and supports Atticus's decision to defend Tom Robinson, even when many in Maycomb criticize him for doing so. Her unwavering belief in justice and her calm but firm criticisms of racism and hypocrisy help reinforce the moral backbone of the novel. Miss Maudie also provides critical exposition. Through her conversations with Scout and Jem, readers gain a deeper understanding of Maycomb's history, social structure, and moral contradictions. She offers insights into the town's dynamics and helps the children and the readers see beyond surface appearances to the more profound truths that lie beneath. Symbolic significance. Miss Maudie represents the conscience of Maycomb, or at least the part of it that seeks truth and fairness. Unlike characters such as Stephanie Crawford or the Yules, who spread gossip and fuel ignorance, Miss Maudie spreads understanding and challenges prejudice. She is a symbol of quiet resistance to the town's entrenched racism and sexism. One of the most potent symbols connected to Miss Maudie is her garden. She is passionate about her flowers and takes pride in cultivating beauty amidst a decaying, morally conflicted town. The garden represents hope, care, and the importance of nurturing goodness even when surrounded by ugliness. After her house burns down, a traumatic event, Miss Maudie remains optimistic, saying she always wanted a smaller home to make more room for her flowers. Her resilience and positivity in the face of loss embody the idea that growth and renewal are always possible. Miss Maudie also symbolizes integrity and equality. Unlike many women in Maycomb who conform to traditional gender roles and participate in the town's social games, Miss Maudie is fiercely independent. She lives alone, makes her own decisions, and expresses her opinions openly. She resists the pressure to fit into the mold of the Southern belle or gossiping matron, and instead, she becomes a model of principled womanhood. Her independence, kindness, and strength make her a symbolic counterpoint to more passive or conformist female characters. Broader implications. Miss Maudie shares Atticus's belief in justice and equality, and she plays a key role in reinforcing these ideals in the children. When the townspeople criticize Atticus for defending Tom Robinson, Miss Maudie reminds Scout that not everyone in Maycomb is unjust, and that good people exist quietly throughout the community. This subtle reminder offers hope and suggests that change is possible, even if it's slow. She tells the children, "There are some men in this world who are born to do our unpleasant jobs for us. Your father's one of them." This statement not only affirms Atticus's moral courage, but also reflects Miss Maudie's understanding of civic responsibility. She recognizes that while not everyone is willing to stand up publicly for what's right, some must, people like Atticus and, symbolically, herself. In a novel set in the deeply patriarchal South, Miss Maudie defies traditional gender roles. She is unmarried, lives alone, and takes care of herself without relying on men. She refuses to join the women's missionary circle or participate in idle gossip. Instead, she spends her time gardening, reading, and thinking critically about the world around her. Miss Maudie is also a subtle critic of religious hypocrisy in Macomb. She calls out the foot-washing Baptists, who criticize her for tending her garden and enjoying life. These men claim that pleasure is a sin, yet Miss Maudie points out their lack of kindness and compassion, which are actual Christian values. Through her, Harper Lee draws a distinction between religion as doctrine and religion as moral action. Miss Maudie's presence in the novel is a quiet reminder that change is possible, even if it is slow and unacknowledged. Often, her influence on Scout and Jem, her support for Atticus, and her resistance to bigotry all contribute to the idea that individuals can make a difference. She embodies the belief that planting seeds of kindness, understanding, and truth, like she plants her flowers, can eventually transform even the most stubborn soil. Her optimism, even after her house burns down, serves as a metaphor for the need to rebuild society on stronger foundations. She believes in progress and models a form of hope that doesn't ignore hardship, but instead works through it with dignity and purpose. Conclusion: Miss Maudie Atkinson is one of To Kill a Mockingbird's most quietly powerful characters. Her role in the narrative, while not as prominent as Atticus's or Scout's, is profoundly influential. She serves as a moral compass, a mentor, a symbol of integrity, and a gentle but firm critic of injustice and hypocrisy. In a world rife with prejudice and cruelty, Miss Maudie reminds readers that courage and decency often reside in the everyday acts of ordinary people. Her independence, wisdom, and compassion offer a model not just for Scout but for all readers. In a novel that critiques society's deepest flaws, Miss Maudie stands as a beacon of the values Harper Lee champions: justice, empathy, truth, and the enduring power of quiet strength.